Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Out of all the videos that have been requested to me to respond to or contribute to a discussion, this one is at the top of the list of the highest demanded I can remember in quite some time. I had no idea that this kind of post had even happened until I woke up and I got tagged and asked to respond to it. Kabam Mike means well, I think. But he clearly wasn't ever someone who majored in public relations. He definitely needs to follow the advice of this is why you don't publicly tweet on social media when you're emotional. Because I say this all the time, and it's true for me as well. When you post when you're emotional and you're irrational, you can be a little manic because you're not thinking clearly and you're letting your emotions do the talking. So, here we go. Let's just dive into the post because it is interesting. And there is an original post and then there's a response. So Gabriel Miken said, "Dear Marvel Champions, you will love and praise the content we put out, or we will delete your account if you speak out. Kabam Mike in 2024. And this is the post. Hey all, you're welcome to discuss the challenges and have your thoughts on them, but I want to be very clear, attacking any one of our creators directly will not be tolerated. Nobody betrayed the community by doing exactly what was asked to create extremely hard content. We will not tolerate any form of personal attacks, and we will take action on your game account if we think that it is necessary." So, out of all the things that he said, especially compared to the Hercules Nerf post, I don't think this is something on the surface that inspires emotional outrage for me. I know there is a fine line between banning someone on the forums and deactivating their MCOC account. And I mean, I only know out of the three creators, I've only met Legacy, and he was a very chill guy. And he's seen a lot in his time on YouTube, including a lot of very personable attacks against him. And so I would like to think he's developed a pretty thick backbone. You have to on YouTube. If you don't have a thick skin, the comment section will destroy you within a month of creating content, especially when you're not being afraid to speak out against things or zig when everybody else zags. And if you're making predictions that you know are going to be wrong, you've got to be able to own up to the fact that sometimes you're going to make videos that age very, very poorly. So in this case, this summoner is basically reading this and interpreting it to say, hey, if you don't support our creators, you're going to get your account deleted. I think that is not what he's saying here, but this isn't the emotional reaction. The original post is actually, I think, fairly non-emotional. But Kabam Mike responded to the post saying, "That's not at all what was said. I said do not make personal attacks against the creators, and I'm more than justified in that." Okay, so if he just left it at that, I think it's fine. I think he's right. But he adds, "I've seen the toxicity that can come out, and if you direct that at any one of the creators, I will permanently ban you. I will permanently ban you." Let's just take a deep breath and talk about that one sentence. When you say I will permanently ban you, you're saying, hey, I have the right to make judgment calls myself, and I have the power to directly ban individual accounts. That is a lot of power. I would imagine that Kabam would normally have a review process where maybe I'm wrong, but maybe they get together and discuss this. It's not like a dictator that snaps his fingers and says, Yeah, I can control this. You can see this has 161 likes and 37 comments. So, if you don't like the content, that's fine. You can be mad about the content. You can say whatever you want about it. That's criticism, that's fine. But personal attacks is not the same as not liking the content or being critical. Personal attacks are never warranted. Now, again, objectively, I think that sentence is fine. I think that there's a lot of truth in that. What about to fix White Mommy 6 issue, or at least give him a heads up? The creators chose to have their names publicly associated with the content. The challenges of 2 of those creators are overwhelmingly disliked. I don't condone harassment on any kind, but calling something such as Person X is a jerk or something else for creating this challenge a personal attack is absurd. But by all means, keep being the Kabam Sheriff. The Kabam Sheriff. That's quite the nickname. All you want, bro. It's what you do best anyway. Shots fired. Kabam, is this how you let your mods talk to people? This guy has really gone over the top. Now he's trying to ban free speech, or he'll ban accounts. Be ready for a fight in court by Jiffy Peanut. Nothing scares you like getting threatened to go to court by Jiffy Peanut. I don't think he's banning free speech. I think that is also a bit of an overreaction. I'm not trying to sound like the reasonable, corny dad in the community that's asking everybody to take a deep breath, but at the same time, maybe that's my role. I am getting quite old. Mike, appreciate all you do, man. Okay? I don't like the in-game content because I'm mediocre at best. Now it becomes a skill-based judgment. MC's community loves to complain about anything and everything. It's a bit ridiculous, to be honest. If it's too hard, don't do it. Seems like a skill issue to me. Pipe down, mate. First reflect on how you are talking to the community, then play the moral judge. House of Zemo and Jabari Tiger challenges need to have its rewards tuned up for the resource spin to be even considered. The classic should have a slight tune-up too, like giving a reward upon beating Nick Fury. Fix the game, then you can talk. Okay, so bunch of responses to this response. I am not in this pitchfork offended outrage that I was when he said he didn't say he was going to nerf Hercules, when his post literally said, "We are going to nerf Hercules." This is not nearly as egregious as that. I think he has every right to defend his friends, who happen to be also the content creators that made this. And I think that he shouldn't back down on that. But sometimes when he talks, he does talk like he's the Kabam CEO, the Kabam Sheriff, as what was discussed. And I don't think that's a good look. I don't think that's going to help the community not be outraged and overreact to things. And I think he probably knows that. But he started speaking what appears to be in a height of emotions, and emotions lead you to be irrational, and irrational leads you to look a little wounded. And I think any public relations expert would say that the key to good messaging in times of crisis is to not be emotional and to certainly not be wounded. So, I don't know if this video is going to add anything concrete to this discussion, but I did include my 2 cents, and I think it's cool that I've done this now for 6 years, and when there's something like this, people hit me up and they don't say, "Prof, I want you to yell about this." Thank God, because I'm not yelling. They say, "Prof, I'd like to know what you're thinking about this." And again, I'm honored. I'm honored to give my 2 cents. Not because I want to get views on a YouTube video, because I want to be part of the discourse, you know? That's a cool thing. It's a cool thing to be able to talk to my students about too and say, hey, you can be kind and you can be objective, but you can also be critical. You don't have to be a jerk. You don't have to cuss. You don't have to yell. You don't have to be overly emotional, but you can talk. So, thanks for watching. Have a good one.